In the aftermath of a leaked U.S. Supreme Court draft judgment, TV personalities, musicians, and other high-profile women discuss their own pregnancy termination stories and stand up against the members of government who seek to make all abortions illegal. Stay tuned for all the inside details you need to know. In light of everything going on in the States, celebs and well-known figures are coming out with stories of their own personal experiences with abortion, as the threat of the U.S. Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade causes a defiant outpouring of testimony. Television personality Kathy Newman has become the latest high-profile woman to go public about her abortion experience. The Channel 4 news anchor said on Twitter that she was sad she had an abortion, but never for 1 second regretted it. Women have started speaking out about their own abortions after Justice Samuel Alito's draft opinion was leaked to Politico on May 2nd, stating his belief that the landmark 1973 decision ensuring the right to abortion was egregiously incorrect from the start. Following the celeb speaking out, "I had an abortion in October of last year while on tour," stated American singer-songwriter Phoebe Bridgers. "I went to Planned Parenthood and got the abortion pill there. It was simple. That type of access is something that everyone deserves." Additionally, Letitia James, the New York Attorney General, a very prominent figure, told a mob of demonstrators in Manhattan that she had walked boldly into Planned Parenthood, and I make no apologies to anyone for her abortion. To no one. "My God says that you have to make the right decision for you and your life." James addressed the gathering, describing herself as a lady of faith. Newman, another well-known figure, wrote that Alito's leaked ruling reminded her of one of the most traumatic times of her life, when she and her husband were told more than 15 years ago that the baby she was expecting had a severe defect and was unlikely to live. She highlights that this is not an easy decision for anyone, but sometimes it is necessary, and to take that away from women would be extremely unfair. Following the slew of celebs and their stories, women all across the world have gone public despite the stigma. Twitter users have shared their stories of terminating a pregnancy under the hashtags #MyAbortionStory and I had an abortion. For example, a student said that she had an abortion 5 months into her PhD, knowing she couldn't keep her academic standards and provide the child the same possibilities she had. The current wave of testimonials is not the first to be prompted by changes in the legal landscape in the United States. When Texas approved a near-total ban on abortion last year, actress Uma Thurman recounted how she ended a pregnancy as a teenager. Additionally, 2020, after Ruth Bader Ginsburg's death left a seat on the Supreme Court open for Donald Trump's nomination, Amy Coney Barrett, Fleetwood Mac vocalist Stevie Nicks admitted to having an abortion in 1979, saying, "I'm quite confident there would have been no Fleetwood Mac if I hadn't had that abortion." So what exactly is the Roe v. Wade law, and what would happen if it is overturned? Roe v. Wade is a landmark case from 1973 that saw the Supreme Court rule on abortion rights. Jane Roe, an unmarried pregnant woman, sued to overturn Texas abortion regulations on behalf of herself and others. Women's abortion rights in the United States are currently on the verge of being set back 50 years. The news site Politico published a draft judgment saying the Supreme Court may overturn the iconic Roe v. Wade decision, which legalized abortion in the country. The announcement has sparked tremendous debate across the United States, with hundreds of people taking to the street outside the Supreme Court to demand that women's abortion rights be protected. Anti-abortion advocates, on the other hand, are advocating for even tighter limits on the medical practice. With the Roe v. Wade decision currently being hotly disputed in America, here's everything you need to know about it and what would happen if it were overturned. Back when the law was granted, the judges voted 7-2 at the time, holding that a woman's right to an abortion lies under the 14th Amendment's right to privacy protection. There was, however, a catch. While the Roe decision made abortion lawful during the first trimester of pregnancy, it also said that states could decide whether abortions could be performed throughout the second and third trimesters. After nearly 50 years, abortion remains one of the most controversial political topics in the United States. Democrats are more inclined to support abortion rights compared to Republicans. According to online reports from 2021, 59% of U.S. citizens say abortion should be allowed in all or most situations, while 39% believe it should be outlawed in all or most cases. But why is the case known as Roe v. Wade? Wade refers to the defendant at the time, Henry Wade, who was the district attorney. Norma McCorvey, a pregnant Texas mother, took the pseudonym Roe when she filed the case challenging criminal abortion legislation in 1970. Recently, the news site Politico published an initial draft majority opinion implying that the U.S. Supreme Court may overturn Roe v. Wade. Since then, the Supreme Court has certified that the draft judgment is genuine. However, it stated that the text, written by conservative Judge Samuel Alito, did not represent any member's final view on the Supreme Court. The court also stated that it will investigate how the document was leaked. If the Roe decision is overturned, abortion rights will no longer be protected by the federal government, leaving states to decide whether to allow the procedure. More than a dozen states currently have legislation protecting abortion rights. Republican-led states, on the other hand, have implemented different abortion restrictions in recent years, defying the Roe ruling, and may try to enact a countrywide abortion ban. In response, U.S. President Joe Biden pledged to defend abortion rights, saying that voters will need to elect more pro-abortion members of Congress in order to pass legislation making Roe v. Wade the law of the land. How have people been responding? People on both sides of the argument have taken to the streets in protest since the draft law was leaked. Michelle and Barack Obama, as well as other public celebrities and political leaders, have chimed in on the choice as well. Today, millions of Americans woke up fearing that their essential freedoms under the Constitution were at risk. The couple wrote in a shared statement, "This judgment is a clear assault on the dignity, rights, and lives of women, not to mention decades of settled law." Former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton wrote on Twitter, "Senator Elizabeth Warren, Democrat, has urged for millions of people who support the Constitution and abortion rights to speak up and be heard. We're not going back, ever." In response to the leaked Supreme Court draft judgment seeking to overturn Roe v. Wade, Hollywood stars are speaking out. Many celebrities have spoken out over the situation, including Reese Witherspoon, who tweeted, "Hey SCOTUS, allow Roe v. Wade to stand. In 1992, you did it." Also, Chelsea Handler, comedian, television host, and best-selling author, said of the law, "There is no world in which men who have never gotten pregnant, carried a child, given birth, and then raised that child alone should be making decisions about what women do with their bodies." Now, this news is ongoing, and what ends up happening has yet to be determined. In very similar news, the ban of this law seems to be going through a test run in Oklahoma. As the United States prepares to lose its legal right to abortion, a new 6-week moratorium in Oklahoma provides a glimpse of what's to come. Andrea Galagos began canceling patients' appointments the day following the Supreme Court leak. The court had published and verified a draft opinion that would overturn Roe v. Wade, the 1973 decision that secured access to abortions. Galagos, the administrator of Tulsa Women's Clinic, an abortion clinic in Oklahoma, wasn't concerned about Roe, or at least, it wasn't the first thing on her mind. There was a bigger, more imminent threat to her: the Republican governor's impending signing of a 6-week abortion ban. The law, which is a carbon replica of Texas's prohibition, was expected to pass legal muster. It would go into action right away. Senate Bill 1503, Oklahoma's 6-week abortion ban, is just the second in the country to take effect. The first, Texas, has had a ban in place since September 1st. The consequences of Oklahoma's ban could be huge in Texas and Oklahoma. Last fall, Oklahoma emerged as the most popular destination for Texans seeking abortions. Some others drove hundreds of miles and spent thousands of dollars to get there. Clinicians in Oklahoma are already devising techniques to assist their patients in getting to clinics in Kansas. What they can accomplish, though, is limited. Even 6 weeks of access is unlikely to last long. The draft released last week has sent shivers through abortion clinics across the country, confirming what many had suspected for months. Unless something unexpected happens, the Supreme Court will almost certainly overturn Roe in a couple of weeks. States will thereafter have the authority to outright prohibit abortion, which is a very scary thought for a lot of Americans. And there you have it, everything you need to know about celebs and well-known figures voicing their personal experiences with abortion following the ongoing battle regarding the Roe v. Wade law. Thanks for watching.